Just three of us this week.
Just the three of us.
No chance of a fourth person showing up at any point.
Just you and I and him.
I listened to Big Willie Style recently, the Will Smith album with the Just Two of Us song on it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
We were talking about middle school clothing last time, and I remembered a shirt I used to have. I remembered a couple really dorky shirts I used to have. One.
We're using old bits, I see.
No, I'm expanding on old bits. No, I had a Dwight Schrute t-shirt, like The Office, from The Office.
That's so cool.
Was it like a picture of his face?
No, it was like him flexing, and it said something about, "Do you have your tickets to the gun show?"
Hell yeah.
I wore it once, and then some kid made fun of it, so I'd never wore it again.
Yeah, I'd make fun of that shirt too.
Yeah. I also had a couple anime shirts. This bled into high school, though. I had a t-shirt for Bleach, which was really uncomfortable because it was just a massive print on the front, but it was
because it was always soaking with bleach, just burning your skin.
Well, it was like what is that called when it's just like a big decal on a shirt and it's like hard?
Screen pressing.
It was like that. Yeah, it was like a big group drawing of everyone in the show.
Yeah, I have one of those, but it's a Blade Runner shirt.
Yeah, I have the same one, I think, with Ryan Gosling on it.
No, it's like original Blade Runner.
Oh, okay. I had the 2049 one.
Yeah.
And then I had one for the anime Trinity Blood, which was like a anime for girls about vampires.
I think other than Hellsing, every anime about vampires is for girls.
Every anime is for girls.
Dragon Ball Z excluded. Dragon Balls.
Dragon Balls.
Dragon Ball Sack.
Dragon Balls.
Dragon
Ball.
Dragon my ball Z.
I found a 45 adapter for my turntable the other day.
What was that
Online.
joke about dragging balls across your forehead?
I don't know, but when I was in first grade, this fifth grader told me this funny story. He's like, "Yeah, my grandpa calls it dragon with no ball Z."
Now, you know what joke I'm talking about where it's like something set up, my nuts on your forehead? You know that joke?
Not very well.
Oh, it's pretty funny.
It sounds really funny.
Yeah, it's like, hey buddy, I'm gonna drag my ball sack across your face.
Yeah. I'd like to see you try it, Kakarot.
Kakarot.
Cockrot.
Oh.
Actually, in the uncut version of Dragon Ball Z, that's all Vegeta calls him is Cockrot. Do you guys remember when I watched anime, there was always older kids like, "Yeah, I watched the original version, dude. And, Goku smokes weed, bangs Chi-Chi in it." It's like people are always making up shit that they don't do in anime. Like, yeah, dude, Gohan sitting at the table smoking cigarettes and "Shut up, I'm not eating my milk. You're an asshole." Ha!
Yeah, the episode where Goku learns how to drive, he runs over Master Roshi.
Yeah, and they show his head pop like a watermelon. It's always. I remember my brother "Yeah, dude, in the uncut version of Goku fighting Android 18, he stabs her in the face with a knife." It's no, he fucking doesn't.
Yeah, there's actually a whole plot line that's cut from the normie version where they have to get all the Dragon Balls to bring Master Roshi back to life after Goku runs him over.
And then when he comes back to life, he runs him the fuck over. But on purpose this time.
I remember the big one was people are like,
Cock.
"Dude, in the later on in Naruto, he starts smoking weed. It's so cool." And he stops eating ramen and just eats candy.
Yeah, that's what they get to episode 420, and that's what happens. Yeah. Or what else happens in the uncut version of Dragon Ball Z? Cell, he's got that big tail. It's actually a giant penis. And instead of sucking people up into it, they have to suck him off.
We were talking about school photos on the last one. And I just remembered before I did the devil lock, I balled up my mouth to look like Imperfect Cell in a photo. So I'm just dressed in a cardigan and a shirt and tie, just making the stupidest fucking face possible.
God.
Almost a duck, like an inverted duck face.
I was in an assembly once.
Surprise, Joe! We're recording now.
Oh, Joe is here.
Get on mic
in the
right now.
studio, In the
Yes.
studio.
By popular demand.
Surprise!
Back.
Joe Kaminski, famous rock star.
Oh God.
Famous incel Joe Kaminski.
Can't
That is
stop-
true. 100% can't confirm. I've never had sex and I hate women.
He's about to release his manifesto.
And he eats about
Live on
50
air.
tums a day.
Joe, would you like to get us a little excerpt from your incel manifesto?
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second.
He's gonna read a little bit of it.
I have it on my notes app on my iPhone.
Trapped stole these lyrics from
Here's a
him.
quote I really like from it. I've got balls the size of grapefruits, and come Sunday, you're gonna be spitting out the seeds.
A personal
Nice-
favorite quote
nice
of mine.
callback. Those were
That
all
does
the-
sound-
Oh, I had another shirt I wanted to mention. Was I had 2 different Monty Python shirts. I had one for Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
These all eventually became Brian's shirts, right?
Yeah, and then I have one that was it was from Jinx.com. That's where you got all the nerd shirts back in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
It was like a knight on a horse and a word bubble that he just said knee.
Oh, I
You
have
guys
a
know
nice
them.
just a knee shirt.
Yeah.
I have a different one. It's just like an outline of the guy's helmet with like the antlers.
Oh, okay.
I think it just says knee on it.
Yeah.
We got the knights who say knee.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
It's a pretty good. bit.
This is part of my manifesto. Frandor, hi-hats sound thin. Horns in some places either sound too loud or too quiet. Needs compression. Upswing, more distortion on max vocals. More guitar in, reaching out section. Sounds too thin. Also, the heavier guitar sounds thin throughout the track.
Reviewing
AB,
a ska album.
no notes.
That's a real incel move. A
That
review
would
of a
be
ska album.
that would be
Dang.
like kind of funny if people are like, what drove this man to shoot 14 people at the state fair? And then they read that and it's like, we're still really in the dark on why he did this.
Dang, gang vocals sound awkward. Might need to be some reverb. It's too dry. Guitar again too thin. It needs when it gets heavy. Not my friend. Max vocals are too loud. Nasal and mix metal guitar tone is not good. It's really distracting.
So I can see that they didn't take any of these notes into account.
They did some of them. There's actually the first mix they sent me of it. Rolando's voice is like peaking during his entire verse, and I pointed that out, and they were like, "Oh fuck, it is."
Talking about the new Trapped album.
Yep.
That's cool. You know what? I'm gonna put some reverb on Joe's vocals for the next 5 minutes when he talks.
Vocals.
Put
Oh,
some
man.
reverb on this. Wow, 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 wow.
That was cool. I love that. That was
Coming
really nice.
out of it.
Any requests, David?
Any requests? Put vocoder vocals on mine, so I sound like this. I sound like Julian Casablancas.
That should be enough. Hey, David, do you mind if I plug in my phone here? My battery died after reading my manifesto.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, just give me $5 before we leave.
Okay. We'll
You gotta pay that part of the electric
Yeah,
bill.
Dan. I'm also charging Dan for all the electricity he's pumping.
When we talked last week, what were we talking about, and what are we talking about this week? What's the plan?
Well, last week we talked about middle school mostly.
Well, last week we talked an hour or like 30 minutes ago.
While we were in while you were in the while we were all in the bathroom, we were talking about
Together, like brothers.
Yeah,
With the light on, the red
with the
light.
heat lamp and a steamy turd in the toilet. We were talking about watching
Steaming
anime as a kid, and then older kids trying to tell you that there's like another version of the anime where they do like tons of violent shit. Did you ever encounter that? Like people saying that like Goku stabs Android 18 in the face with a knife.
No. Well, I do. I remember when I was a
Oh my
kid,
God.
someone told me that there was like
to
an
catch wind of what you laid down.
So there is an edgy version. Version.
Edgy
of-
version. That's
Edgy-
that's like
are
an
you talking about
incel,
yourself?
I was told there was a really like edgy, dark version of Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid, and I was
Oh,
like,
there is.
ha ha ha, that's so funny. And then I watched it.
It's a better version of Yu-Gi-Oh.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yugi kills people pretty brutally too.
Your vision will be censored for life. Do you remember that one where he
Kinda
blurred
would.
out? I don't know if he was like a pedophile or something. His vision.
Yeah, he like makes a guy blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who? Oh, Pegasus.
No, this isn't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0.
Oh,
this
it's
is some
Season 0.
random-
Oh yeah.
Pegasus is a pedophile though. That
Pegasus
actually-
is a pedophile. Confirmed.
He's definitely on the Epstein flight logs.
Oh, 100%.
We're going to the Duel Island this weekend.
Yeah, there's a deep fake photo of Jeffrey Epstein with the Millennium Puzzle around his neck.
It's being put on him by Pegasus.
Thanks for bringing me here, Jeffrey boy.
Just don't ask me to play that COD game, okay?
I mean, yeah, they both have secret islands
Do you think
where they gather like children.
Is Pegasus just Yu-Gi-Oh's version of Jeffrey Epstein?
Kind of.
Oh, is it Jeffrey Epstein or Epstein? I heard both. Is there...
It's Eppenstein, like Frankenstein.
I did look up how much the Robin Thicke failed album Paula is going
Yes.
for on eBay. None of which are being sold in the U.S. What do you think the price is?
Probably 50.
$2.
Like a cool 50.
$50,
Yeah.
$2.
99 cents plus shipping,
No.
sealed.
Okay. But like, if I wanted to import it,
It's like $20.
it'd probably be like $20 shipping. Okay. So technically, that is, I would be paying more for it than I would have when it came out.
Yeah.
Probably.
I found there is a Target exclusive version with 3 bonus tracks, and I'm also none available in the U.S., which is pretty crazy to me.
It's weird. Maybe it sold better here. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it technically did.
Yeah.
I mean, it sold more than 6 copies. It's better.
Sold 8.
Yeah. I remember seeing it at Target when I was there around the time it came out. I was like, ugh. Yikes.
Hey, I got a question about CDs. Did your guys' parents let you get CDs with the explicit label on them?
Yeah.
Not at first.
My parents didn't care.
My parents let me buy a Downward Spiral with Closer on it. So I don't think it had an explicit label, but you know what's on there.
Have I told you guys the story about my dad and Closer?
I've heard the story, but I don't know if they have.
I've heard it. You can tell it.
I haven't heard it.
I guess I'm telling
We've all heard it, so don't feel free to not say anything on the
tell
mic.
When I was like in middle school, when I was getting into music, my dad's like, was like, you should listen to this Nine Inch Nails album. It's one of my favorite albums. And then he like sat me down. And he's like, we're gonna watch this video right now. And made me watch the Closer video with him.
It's a cool video.
And I was like, why are you showing me this, Dad? This is kind of weird. And he's like, yeah, look at that monkey on a cross. Don't you get it? And I'm like, I'm 12.
Yeah, the story's weird to me because my dad did literally the same thing. Well, he didn't show me the video, but he did sit me down and was like, hey, check out this song and play Closer for me.
When I was a kid, I was like really angsty. And I was like, got in an argument with my dad, and he's like, I think you should listen to Green Day's Dookie, and then gave me his CD of it.
Based on your emotional state.
You need to go cool down, Bucko. Go over in the corner and listen to Dookie.
Yeah, for real.
Go over to the corner and fucking pop a squat, take a dookie.
Listen to Dookie.
I didn't know what Dookie meant when I got that CD.
Neither did
Because
I.
I think I asked my parents for it, and they were like, you want a CD called Dookie? Okay.
I think that album eclipsed the word, like
Yeah.
the definition of the word. Like people don't think of it as poop anymore. It's just, it's just that album.
Yeah. I had a classmate that also wouldn't believe. He's like, no, there's not an album called Dookie.
It's one of the best selling albums of the '90s. Motherfucker doesn't believe that Dookie's a real album. Do you know the album was
I
originally
don't
called
believe
Liquid
in the
Dookie?
wall.
Called what?
The original name of Green Day's 1994 album Dookie was Liquid Dookie.
Oh, yeah.
That's a better name.
They all diarrhea while they recorded it, apparently. So that's why they were going to call it that. And the label's like, we'll let you call it Dookie, but Liquid Dookie, that's a step too far.
Well, that means the name's available, and you guys can call your next album that.
Yeah.
Liquid dookie.
Speaking of high-selling albums, I remember in high school there was this kid that sat with us at the lunch table that we wanted to leave so bad. We tried so many different things to like get him to go. He was like a real metal bro,
Oh, hell yeah.
like sweatpants, skeleton T-shirt every day kind of guy.
We had one of those guys at our lunch table too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he
You got
would
nowhere
play.
else to go.
Yeah,
He
they
would-
have nowhere else to go. They're basically like, lost souls.
He would
trying
play.
to find their way to the beyond.
Yeah, like Beetlejuice.
This guy, like, okay, so I haven't seen him in quite a few years now, but even like throughout high school and a little bit after high school, like he'd still try to hang out with me. I'm like, dude, I don't like you. I think the reason why he took a liking to me is because we would play.
Play Fortnite together.
No, we were on the football team together. The
You
one
played
year
football,
that
Dylan?
yeah, I played football for 1 year.
Okay.
In 8th grade, we went 0-8. We didn't win a single game.
But it wasn't your fault.
Huh? I was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But
You were
yeah,
pretty good. And you still went 0-8.
I mean, I was the team sucked. But like I remember there was one time he like in the locker room did like a Buffalo Bill and like tucked his dick and balls in and like
Accidentally snapped his penis off. He tucked him too hard.
he was walking around the locker room. I think he called it like he had a name for this bit. He called
Look, I'm Buffalo Buck.
it, no, he called it like the Billy Goat, where he tucked it in and like kind of bent over so his balls and dick were sticking out his ass.
Did you do a goatsy too?
Do a what?
He topped it off with a goatsy.
Yeah. We were like, dude, what the fuck? This is fucking weird.
Wait.
This is cool, right, guys?
Check it out. I'm gonna do a jump. I'm gonna land on him.
There's
Do
really
you guys
weird...
dare me to do this right now?
No, please
Check
don't.
it out. You guys
doing
dare
it,
me
I'm
to
doing it.
connect the tip to my butthole?
when I was
And then there was one time, like some of the football guys, we had a sleepover at somebody's house. I woke up and his dick was right in my face. And I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Guys, check this out. Isn't this funny?" I'm like, get your fucking dick out of my face.
Look, look. His face is by my penis. He's gay.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I really love that like middle school boy attitude of just like it's like that
Dude, I rubbed my penis on your hand. You're gay.
yeah that where it's like, dude, you involuntarily touched my balls. That makes you gay. Oh no, it's true. I'm gay.
I want to get back to that story that I was telling about my metal guy, my metal man.
Sorry, I stole your Metal Man thunder.
Yeah,
No,
hit us with the metal man.
So yeah, he smelt bad, and he displayed the singles off the Black album over his phone in the middle of the cafeteria. So it just all you can hear is. Like no riffs. He's just going. This is awesome. And then one day he switched. We would do like he was like one of these like also like, swag is for boys, class is for men kind of guys.
Yeah.
One time,
Real gentleman.
another friend of ours came over and he was wearing a fedora as a gag, and he was just like staring at the hat like transfixed, like oh my god, like Patrick Bateman when he sees Paul Owen's card in American Psycho.
yeah.
And
that off-white color.
he so he's going.
Checkerboard pattern.
One day he switched it up from Megadeth and Metallica to AC/DC's Back in Black, and he's like, can't get enough of this album. You know, this is the #1 album in history, #1 selling album. And this one kid who we didn't even really talk to, but we liked him more than this kid. Let's like pulled out his phone and was like on the internet, and he's just like, no, it says right here, Thriller by Michael Jackson outsold that album. Yeah, but AC/DC sold more copies. It's just like it's the same.
What?
We just gave up on the topic and just kind of went moving.
Well, actually, I'm pretty sure that Thriller isn't even the #1 anymore.
No, yeah, that was like 40 years ago. I would assume there's.
No, do you guys don't want to know? I'm pretty sure because AC/DC is #3 now.
It's the Eagles, right?
Yeah, Eagles Greatest Hits
I mean
Volume 2.
Eagles, yeah.
Yeah, Eagles Greatest Hits Volume 2.
Yeah.
Speaking of Eagles, I just remembered something I wanted to mention on the other podcast when we were talking about that guy wiping the shit from his butt with the shower head. Is Brayston Ellis
is
is
that still wiping? I don't know.
I wouldn't call it wiping,
cleaning,
but go
It's
on.
cleaning.
Dripping.
Brayston Ellis is reading his newest novel on his podcast, like chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
And it's like a pseudo memoir sort of thing. I'm not gonna get too into it, but there's a chapter where he talks about his morning routine. He's like, I wake up and the house is alone, so I quickly jerk off, and then the next day he's like, then I hop in the jacuzzi. So I'm imagining he's just wiping off and he's just cleaning himself off in the jacuzzi.
Did you guys watch that show Glee?
No.
No.
Oh, well, that was a subplot in the first season. Was that the
Guy doesn't wipe his ass.
yeah, and
There's
then,
jizz in a
then he gets in the
jacuzzi.
jacuzzi with his girlfriend. And she gets pregnant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a story. I had a friend.
Is that real? Can that actually happen?
No, because it turns out it was actually she just had sex with another guy,
Oh.
and she was the president of the Chastity Club also.
Whoa!
Wow.
Drama.
That's fucking hot.
Wow, what a hypocrite.
Yeah. Make a good girl go bad.
That's such a early 2010s plot point.
for
Is
real.
she's the president of the Chastity Club, but get this, she has sex. So it's like, why? So we're trying to shame her now for
Who's like, you know what? I'm gonna start
There's a chastity club.
I'm gonna start a virginity club.
What are you gonna do?
That's literally what it is.
The chastity club is just—it's like her and then a bunch of incels.
Just a bunch.
Everyone's
and all of her simps.
Yeah, for
They're
real.
fiercely typing their manifestos.
Yeah. She makes them all wear chastity belts.
Actually, a girl can't be in this club because it's too tempting for us.
A chastity club, that could be dangerous now. I think you should investigate chastity club. This is a potential incel terrorist organization.
Real.
Sleeper cells.
Yeah.
Super incels.
Sleeper cells.
We infiltrated the chastity club sleepover. It got ugly.
Not to be confused with the chastity belt club, where everyone's just really into like stylish belts that
Like
lock
the
up-
belt I'm holding right now.
lock up
This is
your
my
dick and
chastity
balls.
belt.
Yeah.
I thought that said hard cock first.
Hard cock champion.
uh,
I had the hardest cock around.
David's belt says hardcore champion.
It actually says hardcore hampion.
Yeah.
Oh, it does
C
say
is
Hampion.
missing. Why is there paint all over that?
The gimmick with this belt was that it was Vince McMahon gave it. Well, I'm not gonna get into some wrestling. Well, yeah, I am actually.
Yeah, get into it. Fuck it.
You paid
Vince.
money for that?
Yeah, I did.
How much money?
Well, the actual belt is like Mick Foley was given it in an angle where he's sucking it. Well, he's not sucking up, but he's trying to become buddy with Vince McMahon. But Vince McMahon hates him. He's like, "Listen, Mick, I'll give you a belt," and he gives him this belt, the Hardcore Championship, because it's just like a piece of shit. It's just the old WWF World Heavyweight Champion that's like had a hammer taken to it
Mm-hmm.
and like paint dropped all over it.
So they sold those?
Yeah.
Like kids wanted to buy the shitty belt?
Yeah,
That's-
well, this
that's
is the
funny.
belt that people were cracking chairs over heads for, and it was like 20. It was 24/7 on the line. Like you could get pinned at any point. It was like
That's awesome.
there would be videos of like people waking up in their hotels getting pinned, and a ref is right there. There was a
What's that video of who were the two wrestlers? I think it was Stone Cold Steve Austin
By
and
Dr. Dre.
was it Booker T in a grocery store? No, it was Booker T.
I don't know.
Have you
I
seen
know.
that?
I think I know what you're talking about, but
It's
I
one
can't.
of the best wrestling videos I've ever seen. And like Stone Cold's like hitting this dude, he's like giving all these horrible puns. It's just like,
Oh,
this milk's expired. He hits him in the head with his gallon of
Oh,
milk.
yeah.
I think I know what you're talking. There's another one. It's Mick Foley, The Rock, empty arena match, where The Rock is eating
Idiot,
popcorn, and he takes a bite of it, and he's like, too much salt, and he just dumps it all over Mankind, and they're just like throwing dishes at each other in like the banquet center.
I did have a story to tell about locker room hijinks from my younger years. Can I share?
See, I was never in the locker room.
Yeah, I think
Well,
I
go
shared
ahead.
one a couple episodes ago where the lock on my locker got stolen.
That's a nightmare. I had a friend in. I wasn't really friends with him. I just knew him. In middle school. I don't want to say his name, so let's just call him Dan.
Okay. It was
And
me.
Joe stole
So-
his lock.
So I stole the lock on his locker in the locker room. Dan thought it'd be funny to get completely naked and just dance around the locker room.
That is really funny.
And Dan was like a chubby boy.
Yeah.
And we also had a substitute teacher for gym class that day. And he's like dancing around and doing like, the dick
Helicopter?
He's helicoptering around. and and I'm just like crying laughing because people are chanting, Dan's got a shrinky dink as this is all happening. And then he's like shaking his ass against this door, and then the door opens, it's the substitute teacher.
And he's twerking on the substitute teacher.
And then he's just like, "What are you doing?" And then Dan turns around, covers his balls,
Covers
and
the
dick,
shrinky dink.
covers his shrinky dink, and then just starts like fake crying, and then runs away.
Were you fake crying?
Yeah, he was just like, "Oh no, I'm so embarrassed," and then ran away. And it was a really strange end to that like 5 minutes of hilarity. I mean, if that happened right now, it's like at my cold hardened age of 25,
It'd be awesome.
it'd be so cool.
You should try that next time you're at work.
Yeah,
Try that one on Paul.
Shake your ass at Paul.
shake my ass at Paul. He'd love it. I'm trying to find who the fuck this Stone Cold Steve Austin grocery store match was.
I can picture it. I don't know. I think wrestling sucks though.
I think that's the wrong opinion. I think it's
Dan, fuck you.
yeah.
It was you who was dancing naked around the locker room.
I know it's like a huge boon.
Christ. It's a what?
It's like a bad look to not like wrestling now as an adult, but
It was Booker T. I was right. It was Booker T.
Yeah, it's probably like the alliance era of WWE versus WCW and ECW.
Yeah.
I'm not a big wrestling guy, but when I do watch it, I really enjoy it. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it myself.
Yeah, I only ever just played like the PS2 games.
Were those cool?
Those are sweet.
Yeah, they're sweet.
You didn't even like those, Dan?
Actually, yeah, I did play one. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I would just play them at friends' house.
Oh, wait.
Joe, is your smell and taste back to normal now?
No, I can't smell or taste anything still.
Like anything? Like not even a little bit?
Nope.
Yeah, you can.
No.
That's not what you told me before.
No. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Hey, off mic. Can you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to do a bit here, okay? Okay, yeah, no, I can't smell or taste anything.
Lion Joe. Got old Lion Joe, old loose lips.
See, I mean, okay.
No,
so,
I actually cannot smell right now. I can taste again, but I cannot smell anything still.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, we criticized Joe before in the past on an old episode for making stuff up. And he wasn't here to defend himself. So now he is here to defend himself.
What do you got to say for yourself, loose lips?
Okay,
And I'm not the one calling him a liar this time.
I zoned out because I just couldn't breathe for a second. You saying that you can't eat? You can't taste?
I can't eat. No, I can taste. I can't smell anything.
Honestly, if you had to get rid of any of the senses,
David, you got like
Yeah,
one
smell.
long hair coming out of your chin.
I'm growing it.
It's actually kind of fucked up because it's like I'll like pull milk out of the fridge and I'll be like have to call in my roommates to smell it because I do not know if it's expired.
Smell this damn milk.
You don't read the expiration date?
I mean, I do, but it's like, oh man, you never like also just smell your milk just in case
No.
because
I
expiration
don't
dates are
drink
sometimes wrong.
Because I'm not an animal.
No, like you have like a solid 10 days after the expiration date. Everybody
Technically,
knows this.
man is the most dangerous animal, Daniel.
Actually, I need to.
You got some chunky milk last time I was at your apartment.
Yeah,
it was chunky.
The milk I have right now in my fridge is probably. I think it expired on like Valentine's Day.
We were recording this on March.
Disgusting.
The best.
Isn't the best part?
It's
Oh,
one
it's-
day too.
Oh yeah, it's my sister's birthday in a couple days. I gotta get her something.
Are you gonna get a record for your sister, Joe?
Yeah, I'm gonna get her the new Taylor Swift album, Evermore.
Get her some
vinyl.
vinyls.
Did you hear that?
Stop! Don't you say that word.
Everyone says it.
No,
It might as well be normal now.
No, they shouldn't say.
Normalize saying vinyls, everybody.
It already is.
Well, let's keep that
Just
going.
got
I
old
really-
gatekeeper
Yeah, let's
Joe
not
over
let
here.
these
It's just not a word.
white men like Joe stopping us from saying vinyls.
To people who don't know, that the plural of vinyl is just vinyl. If you say vinyls, it's just not a word. I don't know. It's just like, do you say sheeps?
Mooses.
Yeah, do you say mooses?
I say sheeps and mooses. Because I'm silly.
You silly
I'm
son of a
silly
bitch.
like that. I'm a silly fucking guy.
Because I'm fucking stupid.
I don't care about
dumb.
jail.
I don't care. Yeah, I love that's the best scene. Joe, let me tell you something. If you don't get my money, I'm going to crack your skull wide fucking open. And by the time you're coming out of your coma, hopefully,
You put on an accent right now. This is
I'll
from
be coming out of
Sopranos?
jail. And I'll be right there to put you right back in that fucking coma. Because I'm fucking stupid. I don't care about jail. I love that line.
It's so funny.
That's from Casino.
Fucking
actually.
Goes from
Momo?
Casino.
Yeah,
Oh.
Casino.
Oh, dude, my dad loves that movie.
You should watch it. It's really good.
It's good. I
I-
watched it once.
I haven't
It's
seen
awesome.
that movie.
I like it a little bit more than Goodfellas.
Wait, my Casino spoiler is Casino the one with the car bomb?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
then
right
I've
at the
seen
beginning.
Casino.
That's not really a spoiler.
Okay, no, I can't remember. I can't remember if that was Goodfellas or Casino.
Well, cars explode in Goodfellas too, though.
A lot of cars.
A lot of
explode.
cars, a whole lot of them. But that's a flashback scene.
Okay, so what cars had what movie has more cars exploding? Goodfellas or The Fast and the Furious?
I haven't actually seen any of the Fast and Furious
Probably the
movies
Blues
yet.
Brothers.
Probably Crash the movie.
There's probably 50 cars that explode in that movie.
I'm just waiting for F9.
Fuck 9. Fuck 9.
No.
Yeah, why don't they just call it that?
The Fast fucking Furious.
The Fast fucking Furious. Fuck 9. Fucking 9.
There's probably a porno
fucking
parody
knife.
where they just
Oh my god.
they just get in the back of a 96 Taurus and bang.
There's this guy who lives in this building who's obsessed with his like SE Windstar van. Like he's always washing it and like checking on it.
It's weird. My old coworker once told me, I was like, said I liked his car, and he's like, yeah, it's a pretty nice car. My son was conceived in the back seat. And the point is like right there. I was like, all right, dude, that rocks.
Let's talk about car banging for a second.
I'll talk about car banging. Last time I was here, I saw people fucking in their car right next to where I parked currently.
Yeah, we were standing outside the car looking in. I remember that.
I was just like, yes, you get it, you man.
Did I ever tell the story on here when I was fucking in my car? I was just jerking off.
Well, I was fucking myself in my car.
So there's this real like shitty park that like people like just go and park their cars to do whatever hoodlum shit.
They parked their 57 Cadillacs there.
Now back in my day, Jack, we would park our cars down by the river. But so there's this park down by the river.
And we'd fuck.
I would go there and fuck. And there's this one time, it was like midnight. Stop me if you've heard this one before. If I've told it on the podcast.
I've never heard a story
you
about you
haven't.
fucking in your car, Dylan, so keep going.
And
I've heard every one.
and
I record them when you tell me.
David was there for all of them.
I record the
I was fucking David.
I'm
in my
outside
car.
the window like,
Thumbs up.
yeah, baby.
You do it. You're the best. You're the king.
I was hyping.
You got this. Go.
After you finish, he's like, "Here's your crown."
Use your crown. King.
I'm like the boxing trainer. I'm like,
You're gonna eat pussy, and you're gonna fuck her ass.
now I'm gonna have to cut your eye open. I'm like, I'm insisting on cutting Dylan's eye open.
Cut my balls open. Getting too swollen.
Move on.
It's like midnight. I'm at this real shitty park down by the river, fucking, and it's like Titanic. Like windows are all steamy and stuff, and
you're sinking.
and like this car, like this real big loud truck rolls up like right next to my car. And like we're in the back, so like I roll the back window down, and this dude's got like one of those, like those like tow grills, like
Yeah.
those big like grills that you tow in the back of your truck. He's got one of those on the back of the truck. He's like, "Yo, y'all want any hot dogs and burgers?" I'm like, I was like,
You're like, no, you got a condom though.
lame.
Yeah, he yelled that. I was like, "Psych, just kidding."
Psych. But he's like,
Psych,
"Yo,
just
y'all want
kidding.
any hot dogs and
I'm
burgers?"
stealthing in here.
He's like, "Yo, y'all want any hot dogs and burgers?" I'm like, "I'm good. Do you want anything?" She's like, "No." like, "No, thanks, man. We're good." And then I gave her the hot dog. Gave her the.
I know, I was there recording.
Get all raw dog.
Oh god.
With the chili.
Me and Dylan are kind of like Willem Dafoe and the other guy in Autofocus, the Paul
Yeah.
Schrader movie.
I understand the reference, David. I don't know.
Yeah, that was just to you. I was pitching that straight to you.
Thanks.
I don't know that.
Kiwi's looking real strange right now to me.
But I was
At
talking.
you?
No,
to,
she's just like all bunched out, where she's looking kind of like a ball.
Oh yeah, that's
But I
how
was
she
talking to
sits.
one of our mutual friends the other day. I forget how we got on the conversation about like car fucking in your 20s and like
in your
it's
30s.
like, come on. Specifically, we were talking about like
What do you mean? Come on about it.
you're an adult.
Oh yeah.
Like
Find a bed.
yeah, get a room. You ever jerk off in your car? Wait, real quick. Sorry to cut you off, David. Show of hands.
No, David, you finish the story, then we can talk about it.
Yeah,
I'll cut
you've been
cutting
Bill
him off.
Lambier in
Nice.
all my damn stories.
This is my goddamn show.
Listen, okay, so I had the house to myself one night, and as you guys probably remember, at my parents' house, the computer was in the
Living
living
room.
room. So the porn area was in the living room, basically. And I had the house to myself, so I was going to treat myself.
Just important.
Important backstory. This was at an era where my dad was allowing his childhood friend who was homeless to occasionally crash at our place. And he'd just come and go as he pleased.
Keith.
Yep, Keith. I'll say his name on the pod. Keith V.
Keith Richards.
And I forgot that he may or may not. I wasn't really aware that he was in and out so much. I was like, he's probably not here. And so I'm sitting at the computer, completely naked, a completely naked beat sesh. And all of a sudden I hear
Like completely naked beat
footsteps, and I hear, "Hey brother, and I turn around. Keith like turns around and walks out, and I just like drop down and put all my clothes. Hey, what's going on, man? Like he didn't catch me at all.
Oh God. That sounds like a fucking nightmare. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it was the worst moment ever.
Show of hands. You ever jerk off while you're driving?
I've like edged a little bit while I'm driving, but I've
Okay,
never
ready?
busted
Ready?
while driving.
3.
2, 1. That's what I thought.
Good. Let's keep it that way,
Hands
boys.
in, 8 hands in the air.
Not that reckless.
Okay, we're gonna keep this anonymous.
Okay.
All 12 of us are raising our hands.
Raise
We're gonna
your
put out
hand.
a poll on Twitter if you've ever jerked off while you're driving.
Okay.
Actually, listeners, call in right now. We're gonna have you live on the air.
Okay. Raise your hands if you've ever killed somebody in your car. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Let's keep those numbers up, baby.
Let's keep those hands in the sky. Wave them side to side.
Couple. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Dylan?
I was just gonna say Roadhead is the best.
Oh,
Now I'm a bit bigger Moosehead
all right.
fan.
Your experiences are not universal, Dylan.
What, you never give Roadhead?
You ever give Roadhead?
All right, we gotta
Wait, okay, be honest. Have any of you guys gotten Moosehead before?
Moosehead is like from behind the back seat, right?
Yeah, so the person in the back seat is sucking off the person that's in the driver's seat.
No,
Moosehead.
What?
Have you guys not heard of this?
No.
It's a thing, yeah. It's
Uh,
called Moosehead.
We'll add that to the book, Amazon style Moosehead,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dan, you're the one who told me about
the
this.
official sex guide.
You're like, it's the best.
No.
It's the best.
Only with a real moose, though.
It's the best to be giving the
See those teeth?
That reminds me though, for some reason of the first camping trip, me and Joe and some other people went on.
When you all gangbanged a moose?
Yeah.
Shit rocked.
Well, it was us. It was me, Joe, and then our friends Adam and Andrew in one car, and then our friends Chris and his girlfriend in a separate car driving. And I remember they were following behind us, and an old couple cut them off. You remember this?
No.
They cut them off, and they got next to us, looked at us, and laughed like, "Yeah, did you see what we just did to them?" And they were like, I think they got kind of lost because of this, and they were like laughing about it hysterically.
Wait, who? Wait, so an old couple cut them off?
Yeah, and then got next to us, laughing about it.
Oh, that's funny. I don't remember that happening. That's fun.
Yeah, it was a wild time. Back to
Is that
Moosehead.
the time is that the camping trip where I slept in the rained out tent?
Just you and Andrew.
Yeah, and I woke up and Andrew was cuddling me. He
woke up.
claims he didn't, but he did.
You woke up and Andrew's balls were in your face. And was like,
He's like, ah, you
check
again."
it.
You're fucking gay. Look, dude, my cock's in your mouth. You gay.
Yeah, we went
Look, my
camping.
fully erect cock is in your mouth.
We went camping, and then we had this like horrible rainstorm like the second we got our tent set up, and so we all just slept in our cars, and I was just sweating my ass off, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm sleeping in the rained out tent. It's too hot in here." And then our friend Andrew was like, "Yeah, I'm in it with Joe. I'm sleeping in the tent." And I fell asleep with my feet in a puddle, and I woke up. Andrew was like next to me, naked, balls in my face. He's like, "Hey," this is pretty funny, right?
And you also had trench foot.
Yeah, I got
Sleeping in
trench
the
foot.
puddle. Speaking of cuddling you, Joe, do you remember when we met Jeff Rosenstock at L Club, and I was like rubbing your back?
No, I don't remember that. I remember meeting Jeff Rosenstock at L Club, and
I kind of was like blanking out, and I don't know why. I just needed to do something with my hand, so I think I started rubbing your back. I didn't realize I was doing it until I was like 30 seconds in.
30 seconds.
I'd been rubbing it for a minute, yeah.
I remember when we took our photo together, he was like, "We have the same haircut." I was like, "Yes, we do."
What about any good experiences at Max Bar, Joe? We were talking about Max Bar a couple weeks ago.
Never, not one.
You voiced
I've never been to Mexico.
you said
You've
you wish
never
you'd
been to
been
Max
on the
Bar?
episode because you wanted to talk about something.
Oh yeah, I can talk about it if you want.
Well, you gonna
Well, do
just
you want to?
Oh yeah, if you guys want to
You
hear
don't
it.
have to.
Well, do you want to?
If you want to hear it. Yeah, 'cause you guys were talking about experiences meeting musicians, and I've been to Max Bar a handful of times and met nearly everyone I went to go see.
Never Mac though.
Never the titular Mac. Okay, basically, I was in a band that opened for my favorite one is this story. I was in a band that opened for Chris Farron,
Yeah.
He was a musician and an artist. We opened for him. It was a really good show. Pretty good crowd. Good set from us, I thought. And the show is over. His set happens, and then it's time for the payout. So we're talking to the promoter.
You got a gun.
About money. I put my gun on the table, and I was like, listen here, fucko.
It's going in your face if you don't give me the goddamn money right now. All of the money.
The band that played before us didn't get paid. It was one of those... It wasn't a pay-to-play show. Fuck pay-to-play shows. But, like, if you didn't sell any tickets, you just didn't get any money. And I'm like, that's kind of fucked up, but also kind of fair, I guess. So this band didn't get any money, and then they were, like, screaming at Chris about it. And we were just like... It was, like, Chris, the promoter, and then us, and this other band. It was just like, yelling. I was like, what the fuck? We fucking played our asses off up there. And they're like, we didn't sell any tickets. You didn't sell a single one. So you just, like, play to a big crowd for, like, promoting it at all. So... I'm talking to Chris after we get paid privately, and he's like, hey, did you guys get paid? And I said, I really don't know how much we got paid, or that's being handled by our singer right now, so I don't really know. And he's like, okay, well, I want you to have this. And he, like, slips me, like, $300.
Dang.
Like, in a wad of cash. He hugs me and, like, slips it into my sleeve of my shirt. And I was like... He's like, I don't want to be the bad guy. I got paid too much money. He told me how much money he made, and I was like, that's a lot of money.
He was dressed like Daredevil, and he's like, I'm not the bad guy.
I'm not the bad guy. And I was like, oh, man, thanks.
Thanks, Daredevil.
I was like, thanks, Daredevil. So I go to load out, and I, like, show the rest of the band this money. I was like, hey, I was given this money. Also, if Chris Farron ever hears this, he's going to be like, what the fuck? I told him never tell anyone.
I'm not the bad guy.
You got to do the Spider-Man joke. You got to be like, did anyone lose a wad of $20 bills?
$20 bills, because I found the rubber band. Does anyone lose a wad of rubber bands? Because I found $20 bills.
Did anyone get handed a wad of cash from Chris Farron? Because I found the wad of cash.
From Chris Farron.
I found Chris Farron. So I go out, tell the band, and they're like, oh, we got paid, like, I think we got paid like $400 or something. He's like, so we don't need that money. Like... Go give that back to him, because we don't want to be on this bad end of, like, we got paid and we took extra money from the headliner. We just didn't want. We thought it'd be a bad look.
Yeah.
So we go back. I go back in. I'm like, I see Chris, and he's like talking to some people. I wait in line. I talk to him again, and he's like, he looks at me and he's like, his vibe is very off. He's like, I don't want to be talking to this person right now. I feel like I know what's about to happen. And he's like, hey, you. And I was like, hey, Chris, we're going to get going. And I'm like, I have the money in my sleeve. And I was like, I try to shake his hand. And he knows the game I'm trying to play. And like he like kind of slaps my hand away. He's like, give me a hug. So he comes and hugged me. And he's like, and I'm also explaining, I was like, thanks, but we don't really need it. We got paid. Yeah, like a shit.
You should have slipped it in his like back pocket.
So here's the thing. He goes to hug me, and he whispers into my ear. He's like, "You're gonna take the fucking money, and you're gonna fucking walk out that door, and you're gonna not talk to me again." Wow. Okay. And then he like, I was like, it was really intense. And then he like opens up from the hug to probably like arms like the part, and he goes, "Thanks for coming to the gig."
That's so wild.
And then I left.
Didn't he think? Okay, maybe I'm getting this mixed up with someone else, but didn't he think you were in the other band?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, he was kind of confused when I got there, because when we got there, he recognized me from seeing him so many times, and he's like, "Oh, hey, we're not open to like the public."
Oh man.
And I was
real
like,
rock star move.
and I was like, "Oh, I'm in the opening band." And he says, "I can't escape you, can I?" And I was like, "Nope." And my girlfriend's like, on the way there, she's like, "Don't say anything weird to him. Don't make him uncomfortable. Don't ask him any stupid questions." And after he says, like, "I can't escape you," and I looked at her and I look at him, I was like, "Hey, Chris, what do you think of Spider-Man?" He's like, I don't know. He's like, "Do you have any thoughts on the 1994 animated series of Spider-Man?" Then we talk about Spider-Man for 20 minutes.
These are all the same questions I asked Ariel Pink when I saw him.
Thanks for sharing, Joe.
No
Yeah, that's
problem.
One of
I
many
think it's a fun.
Chris Farron interactions that we've had.
There's one other story I have with him
years.
where it involves a lot of weed.
Yes. That one, I
It's
don't.
the same story, but instead of a wad of hundreds, it's like you're gonna take that fucking weed and you're gonna
You
Yeah,
take it across the
5-pound
border.
yeah, you're gonna
You're driving. You're not going to look back.
You're gonna shove this up your ass.
you have a new life.
You're gonna shove this up your ass. And you're gonna drive across the border and you're gonna deliver it to this man named Rocco.
You work for me now.
And then arms like the party said, "Thanks for coming to the game."
Go, go, go.
So the Tinder saga continues.
Oh, you can't find MILFs on Tinder.
Yeah. Well, no. I look for MILFs when I'm doing my delivery route.
Oh, the wine
I
milfs?
thought MILFs would be looking for me, but
Casting
now
a wide net.
yeah. So anyways, I was on Tinder. I was talking to this girl I matched with. She's only in town for like a week or so.
How did you match with her then?
Huh? Because she's in town.
Oh, she was already in town.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like, yeah, I'm just like staying with my parents out on like in like this part of the state for a little while. I just had a surgery. I was like, oh, like,
What kind of
like
surgery?
I'm sorry to hear. Like, are you doing okay? She's like, yeah. Like, I'm feeling a lot better now. I was like, well, like, what kind of surgery did you have? She's like, oh, I got a tit job or a boob job. I was like, oh, cool. Like,
Very nice.
that's very nice.
You're just like, hell yeah, that rocks.
Nice.
I was like, pardon me for asking, but like, what did you like just go up a size? She's like, no, actually, I downsized. They were too big. I was like, wow.
And you didn't reply.
Yeah, and then I
You're like, I'm never gonna talk to you again.
like small, no. But I don't think I've ever heard it. I'm sure it happens. But
It
I don't
happens
think-
like more often than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's some people have to get it done.
Yeah, some people because they have like a spinal issue because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like me.
That's all I got.
That's cool. So the story is, the story is basically talk to girl. Girl says titty job. I say what type of titty job? She says small titty. I say no.
No, I didn't say no. I kept trying, but it.
I said pics.
No.
Before and after, please.
I said pics or it didn't happen.
Fair point. I like responding to like when people would share on Facebook like I'm at this show. I like to respond and say pics or it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
It frazzles some people.
I don't take pictures of anything.
Yeah, I just
They're like, I can't take a picture while I'm here.
I feel
You're
like-
not gonna believe me.
whenever I go to concerts, like, yeah, I think I might take some pictures. I take 2 pictures at the, before the show even starts, and then I
Take a
just
picture,
never.
I take a picture of like the toilet and like the sidewalk.
Yeah, I take like I
You
take-
know, I take a picture of the toilet.
take a selfie of me outside the building, and then a picture of the stage, and then that's it. It's like had a great time, and it's just those 2 pictures.
I don't really like taking pictures at shows. I usually take like if I meet somebody, I like to take a picture with them.
I always like.
Or I do the thing, take a picture of like the marquee.
Yeah. Well,
I think I got a picture of Tyler the Creator at when I saw him on the Igor tour. That was like just when he started. And he was just standing on stage,
That's cool.
and that's it.
I got a photo of Father John Misty doing the same thing when he walked out.
I got a good pic of Iggy Pop on the post-pop depression tour of
So I always forget you were at that show
Arms
with
in
me.
the Air. Yeah, me, you, your dad, Adam. Remember when we came back from that show and like came back to that like full-on domestic disturbance on your block?
Yeah, that was pretty wild, right?
Yeah, and like we had to call the or no, we didn't call the police. The cops were already on their way.
You were
And,
calling. They were there, and you're calling. I'm like, you guys.
and then
gotta
the
get-
cops surrounded us.
Yep.
That was
I
weird.
remember talking to my neighbor, who's the one who called the cops, and she was like, "Why are you guys like out so late?" And we're
we
like,
were
"Oh, we just saw Iggy Pop." She's like, "I love Iggy Pop." It's like, "Do you guys like Patti Smith?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Aw.
"Whoa, this is crazy." She's
Yeah.
real punk.
Yeah. No. Like we got back to Joe's house because that's where we all met up before the concert, and like we were all getting out of our cars and like about to get back to our own, and then we heard from down the block somebody just yell, "Help!" And we were like, "Oh, should we help?"
they were just singing along to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Help! I need somebody.
That was weird. That was probably happening at the exact same time that Josh Homme had that. There was that video of Josh Homme yelling at that guy trying to get stuff signed by him
Yeah, it probably was
at the after show. So that show. Still don't know what to make of that situation because like, I thought the guy was legitimately there with his son or something. No, it was like I think he was being harassed. Like people were trying to like get stuff signed so they could flip it, and then one guy came up who just like his son wanted a photo or
Yeah. The guy was outside. Like I think Josh went out for like a smoke or something.
Yeah.
And this guy like approached him.
It was among like other people who were trying to flip stuff, but I think this one guy maybe wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
Y-
From
yeah,
my
he just
understanding, this
caught
guy
the
had.
brunt of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which like sucks for that guy.
Yeah. Josh Homme, notoriously really nice guy to everyone.
Yeah, Josh Homme kicked the guy in the face actually for that, like while playing guitar.
He's like, here, hold this camera. Ka-choo.
Let me get my guitar out. You want to see me play guitar?
Here's a good picture for you. Bam!
And that wasn't the same night that you tried to meet Iggy Pop and get him to sign the book?
No, that was a different night.
Oh, that was like a different show around the same time.
That was the Gimme Danger movie. Q&A.
Right,
At the DIA.
Yeah. Which you were at? I don't remember.
I went with Brian, and we went to the DIA. We saw Gimme Danger. Great film.
I was there too. It was cool.
Were you not with us, though?
I don't know. I was with my parents.
Or
so-
was I by myself and you were with Brian?
I think you were by yourself, and then
Okay.
anyway, yeah. It
And-
was Jim Jarmusch and Iggy Pop where they were doing a Q&A.
Great Q&A. I remember this one guy was like, his whole question was just, he was like, Detroit 1969! And he was like, hell yeah. What a question.
It was pretty cool though, because there was like Iggy Pop was trying to remember the name of a song or something.
Yeah, he's
like, what was that band? And then someone was like, oh, Fruit of the Loom, like some obscure local band from the time.
I remember he was just like, I can't remember the band's name. I remember they had a song that the chorus was just, blow me, blow me, blow me, blow me, blow me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after that, me and Brian tried to go to Third Man Records and meet Iggy Pop and get him to sign the book that just came out around the same time. And it was kind of timed, so you had to choose one or the other.
Yeah.
Like, but we were like, we're not going to park at the DIA. We're just going to like sprint from the DIA to Third Man and get in line. We're going to be able to make both. So we saw the Q&A. It was great. Like we left before I left before it kind of ended. Like they were like, we have one more question. I heard the question. I was like, this question kind of sucks. Brian, let's go. And we dipped, and like we're running to the Third Man. We get in line, and then they're letting people in, and then they get to the guy right in front of us, and the guy at the door stops him. He's like, we're at capacity. Yeah, buddy. We're like,
Yeah,
what?
we're at capacity.
Hey, we're at capacity.
This is Joe Swanson here.
So yeah, we get stopped, and then people like meet Iggy, get their book signed, and then they leave. And then a bunch of people are leaving, and they're like, people are leaving. Fucking let us in. There's like 7 more people in line. And he's like, sorry, we're at capacity. He's like, no, you're not anymore. People are leaving. And versus the guy in front of us like asked for the manager, and the guy came out and talked to them. He's like, okay, like 20 people left. It's like let like 1 or 2 people in. So that guy gets in, and then I get let in, and then they stop Brian, and they're like, we're at capacity. And I was like, I'm not gonna go in without Brian. That's fucked up.
But you did it anyway.
I did it anyway. No, I got out of line and I left. Brian like was like screaming in this dude's face, like this doorman's face, called him a fucking prick and spit on his shoes.
What? My brother did
Yeah,
that?
it was the most intense I've ever seen Brian. Like this is the one thing stopping him from meeting Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
Is Joe Swanson.
His,
And- yeah, and it was really intense. That I was like, yeah, all right.
Brian grabbed him out of his wheelchair, threw him on the ground. That's really fucked up. I remember that story. That's really...
What, when Brian
Frustrating.
grabbed a dude out of his wheelchair and threw him
No.
on the ground?
no,
Spit
it was
on
a
him?
different story.
You fucking prick. That's what he did. It was crazy.
Fucking prick. You gotta be rolling around? Yeah!
Oh, boy.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's too bad. Well, we're at about time. So, if you want to, you got anything to plug, Joe?
Yeah.
His ass.
Nice. Okay, stopping the recording
Oh,
now.
That's the lamest fucking high five. God damn it!
One more time.
You can't be a sick burn.
You guys have been working on a new album.
Yeah, if people who don't know, most people probably know. Me and Dylan are in a band together, and we're currently making an album.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the studio right now with Snoop Doggy Dogg and the Pound.
Snoop Doggy Dogg in the Pound, baby.
If you have any name suggestions,
For the album?
No, for the band.
Oh,
And for
yeah.
the album.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I want to call it LP1. Hit us up, tweet at us if you think it's a bad idea.
Even though it's the second album.
Tweet at us. Hey, the fourth Violent Femmes album is called 3.
That's good for the Violent Femmes.
Call it LP5 Science Fiction Very Limited.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a wrap.